It's time for another episode of The Get Up. What's The Get Up? It's a slingshot. It's a chance to pull back your day and launch into a brand new adventure with encouragement, motivation, and practical actions you can apply immediately to the goals you care about the most. Let's jump right in. The last two big concerts I went to were the Rolling Stones and Guns N' Roses. They weren't playing together. They were two separate shows. Chris Stapleton actually opened up for Guns N' Roses, which was a really interesting contrast. He loves his band. Midway through his set, he sang a rambling tribute to each member as he introduced them. He was like, "This is Jimmy, he plays the slide guitar, his eyes are blue like the ocean, and he is single if you want to date him." His was a little better than mine. There was a real sense of family, though, up on that stage. You could feel it. Guns N' Roses was the opposite. You kind of got the sense that they hate each other, they hate the crowd, and they probably even hate puppies. It was a 2-hour show, and they only spoke to the crowd one time. They were like, "Hello, Nashville!" And then in the middle of the show, Axl essentially said, "This is Duff, this is Slash, the end." They didn't talk to each other the entire time. Despite that, the 13-year-old in me absolutely loved that concert. I had a great time and would go see Guns N' Roses again in a heartbeat. You know who else I would like to see again? Garth Brooks. That's right, I said it. I went to a Garth Brooks show 9 years ago and had a blast. Garth Brooks is a marketing genius. I don't care if you're not a country music fan, the guy is brilliant when it comes to performing. I know the Chris Gaines thing didn't work out, but we always act like Beyonce didn't do something similar with her Sasha Fierce alter ego. I think hers worked because If I Was a Boy and Single Ladies caught fire, but that's neither here nor there. In addition to singing about 1 billion hit songs, Garth Brooks put on a masterclass that night in how to have an awesome life. Here are 3 specific things that I learned. Number 1, small details matter. Garth Brooks ended his show at 12:04 a.m. Why does that matter? Because Garth knows the story that fans are going to tell. If he ends at 11:58 p.m., people will say, "It was a great show. What a concert." If he ends 6 minutes later, they will say, "It was a great show. He played past midnight." Those are 6 small minutes, but one big impact to the story. We often think we have to do these big, extravagant gestures to show the people in our lives that we care, but it's often the small details that matter the most. That's true of building a business, friendships, marriage, and parenting. Number 2 thing I learned from Garth Brooks: people want to be seen. I've been to a lot of concerts, but Garth did something I'd never seen before. He walked around at one point with just his acoustic guitar. He'd find someone in the crowd who had the name of a song written on a sign, and then he'd say, "Oh, I love that song too, man, but tonight we probably won't be able to get to it. Do you mind if I sing my favorite verse for you?" Cue head explosion in the crowd. He did this 10 times in a row, essentially performing a live mixtape of some of his best songs. It was genius. Now, you might not have a catalog stretching back decades that includes The Thunder Rolls, Friends in Low Places, and The Dance, but you can still see the people in your life. Here's one simple way to blow someone's mind. The next time a friend tells you something that's important to them, and it's related to a date, if there's a date attached to it, put a reminder in your phone to ask them about it. When they say, "Hey, next Thursday, we're dropping our oldest kid off at college. We're all kind of nervous about that," put a note in your phone for Friday that says, "Ask Mark about the drop-off." You'll text him, and you know what he's going to say? The same thing that everyone who has seen says: "Thank you for thinking of me." Number 3 thing I learned from Garth Brooks: repeat the things that work. During one of the songs, Trisha Yearwood, Garth's wife, came out and did a few songs with him. It was really fun. In passing, she slapped him on the butt, and the crowd went wild. What a unique moment, so unplanned, only it wasn't. I asked a friend who saw the same show on a different night, and he said the same exact thing happened at the same exact time. Were there unique moments at each concert? Of course. Did Garth repeat the ones that worked, even the tiny ones? You better believe it. Pay attention to what's working in your life. It's so easy to get distracted and lose sight of the things that are helping you. I swear, at least once a year, I forget that I need to run a few times a week to be less of a jerk. I forget that some sunshine and endorphins does me a lot of good. I get stuck and spend like 4 grumpy weeks going, "What's wrong right now? What's going on?" Until my wife finally says, hey, you haven't been running lately." Oh, that's right. Pay attention to the things that are working and then repeat them. Now, there aren't any concerts right now, but the next time Garth Brooks comes to Nashville, you better believe I'm going. Why do I try to learn things from folks like Garth? Well, here's what wise people have taught me. If you want results no one else gets, you have to do things no one else does. I'm probably the only person who is taking mental notes while enjoying that concert, but that's okay. I ain't going down until the sun comes up. I ain't giving in until I get enough. I'm going around the world in the line is pickup truck, but I'm actually in a VW GTI hot hatch, but you get the idea. Thanks for watching this episode of The Get Up. Make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for liking this video, and please, please, please subscribe. I'll keep making these if you keep watching.